by that, we were making him write his letter to Santa and do some math to earn some money for his fundraiser tomorrow.
Nice fundraiser. What's he raising funds for?
Because he wants this slap bracelet thing. I don't, whatever.
Welcome in,
He ain't
welcome
raising.
in,
He ain't raising money.
welcome in, everybody. This is the AFC Eastie Boys. You got your boy Cat in a Hat here. AFCE Waffles over there, and we got a buddy in the house. Only the real survive. He's got his own channel as well. He's trying to get up to 50 subscribers. So we're going to help him get there, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to come shoot the shit with us today. We're going to talk about week 14 in the NFL. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my bro.
But some people know me, only the real. Some people know me as Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get my channel going, talk some Miami Dolphin football. Y'all know how it go. Especially this time of the year, everybody waiting for somebody to go live. We ain't got nobody to talk, you know what I'm saying? Get up on there and just shoot the shit, you know what I mean? So basically that's what it's all gonna be about. We get on there, shoot the shit. Gonna be a couple of real live experiences, real live you know what I'm saying, talk. You know, I feel like there's a lot of young men that's growing up to be fathers out here, and we got a lot of fathers out here ourselves. So, you know, little segue to, give out some fatherly advice to these young fathers that's coming up trying to do something. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny. It's funny.
You know what?
It's funny you said that because when we first started this channel, it was just one of us as a father, and then Waffles here made himself a nice little family. And we had already had our channel name, but now that he's a dad, I thought about changing the name of our channel to Two Dads in a Football.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, yeah. Just try to make a little impact on the world some way, one way or another. You know what I mean?
That's what it's all
All
about,
about
man.
good times.
That's what it's all about. So as we jump into week 14, it was a pretty good one to start. Thursday night definitely did not disappoint, and I got to take this moment here. Waffles, you were there last week, and when I was tearing down Drake May, right? I was tearing down Drake May, saying he's got to earn it. I don't know why he's in these MVP conversations. He's got to show me why. And I said if he goes out there and this is a win done by, oh, what am I talking about? I'm way ahead of
Yeah,
myself. I'm way
you're
ahead of
way ahead of
myself.
yourself.
That was from the Monday night game. I had to go back to the Monday night game. Sorry, because we talked about this last
Got
Monday,
you.
and then it was that Monday night. So that Monday night, I had to go back and Drake May did win that game for them. He threw for well over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like he ran for a couple first downs. So I gotta give him his props. Drake May can do it. He's our man. If anyone else, that's the best I can give him, bro. That's the best I can give for him. He's still an opposing quarterback, but he did a good job. So I'm gonna get off of his back for the rest of the season. But I still think that Matthew Stafford is clear MVP. But Drake May is definitely putting on a show for sure.
He's definitely lighting it up in New England, and you can tell that it's not just a ghost of Tom Brady; it's his own man. He's doing it his own way. Yes, he's got help around from his receivers and definitely that the leg and Trayvon Henderson, but it's well worth it to watch him play. It's definitely been exciting. Every game I've watched so far from the New England Patriots, it's exciting football. It's fun to watch. You know what I mean? And that's what it's really all about. Like, don't get me wrong. I hate saying this. I do not want the Patriots to be as good as they are, but not my choice to make. That's their choice. Apparently, we suck, and we'll never learn how to do things right.
Y'all, you got a bright future ahead of you, but we're gonna save that for when we get to the Dolphins and the Jets game because I'm sure both of us have a whole lot to talk about when it comes to our teams. So let's go ahead and kick it off on the Thursday night. Like I said, it did not let us
Dallas and
down, right?
Detroit.
It did not let us down. It was
Dallas
a
and
really
Detroit.
good matchup.
Woo! What a fun game.
Fun, definitely fun for sure. Jahmyr Gibbs putting on a show. 3 total touchdowns. just lighting it up. The problem here is the defense, right? I mean, even though Dallas Cowboys have a pretty explosive offense, the defense for Detroit still allowing a team to put up 30 points is kind of scary when you look at playoff caliber opponents you're going to be playing. So,
Maybe.
are you worried? Are either one of you worried about the Detroit Lions heading into the last 4 games of the season?
I'm trying to look at something real quick here, but I mean, I really think it just depends on their momentum. You know what I mean? Like just their cachet as a team. You know what I'm saying? Their makeup. Like I can take, you know, maybe a 2 game slide as long as I know I'm in the playoffs and I got the type of people around to not let a 2 game or maybe a 3 game slide hurt the detriment of the team. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like it just depends on the makeup and looking at the Lions, they tough organization, yo. All them years of losing, they finally getting a chance to turn the corner and be great for the city. So I feel like I wouldn't worry about them. They've been mentally preparing for this for years to come. So yeah, I wouldn't too much worry about Detroit.
I'm going to agree with you on that because even looking at this game with the Dallas Cowboys, they maintained the lead the entire game. From the first field goal to the last touchdown, they were on top the entire time. Don't get me wrong, Dallas had its opportunities to claw their way back in, but they pretty much got shut down. The closest they got was 27-30 as far as tying the game up. They did better than their previous matchup though. It was 47-9 last time they met up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm
So
not.
I will give Dallas a little credit on getting better, but their defense, Dallas defense, is just straight garbage without Micah Parsons. They are not holding it together.
Yeah, I feel you guys, but at the same time, like they're in a for me, I worry about them because they're in a tough division. I feel like they really can't afford to get any more losses right now. Like they're technically sitting third place in their division at 8-5, which seems kind of crazy, right? But you have the Packers and the Bears both sitting above them. So yeah, I'm kind of worried if they don't buckle down on defense and stop allowing teams to run the score up on them, their chances of making the playoffs this year could run away from them. But we're not looking at
And I
the
agree. They are.
remainder of their schedule, so
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree. They are in a tough division too right now with Green Bay and Chicago both with 9 wins. So they
Right,
really
right.
can't afford to lose anything.
I mean, you know, 31 points to a
44.
scary Packers team. It was 44.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this game.
Oh no, no. Well, yeah, they did just give up 44. Oh, I mean, to the Cowboys. I mean, but that was a shootout though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some games you come in, you just know
You
from the
know.
first quarter that it's going to be a shootout. So I mean, like I say, man, in those shootouts, if your defense can just give you one stop, that's all you can ask for. You know, so I really, like I say, man, as long as the offense is still putting up points and they still got that grit, that tough nose grit, I wouldn't be too worried, yo. I mean, at any moment they could just strike fire and turn it around. That's why I say that grit,
And that's
just
why
that willingness to stay in the fight.
I drafted Jameer Gibbs in the first round. So the Lions move.
Well played.
The Lions move on. They did beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys fall to 6-1. They're in second place in their division, right behind the Eagles. So they still have a chance. They're in the hunt, but they have a pretty tough schedule to end it out. And then we jump to
Absolutely. With the Rams, the Steelers, the Vikings, and then, of course, the Bears in Week 18, they don't have time to slouch. They definitely got to buckle down and win these last 4 games if they want to see playoffs.
Yeah. All right, so we jump to the 1:00 slate. We got the Titans versus the Browns. Now, this game turned out to be way better than expected, right? Hey, what's up, Mr. Polk? Thanks for joining us. This game was way better than expected, right? 31-29, and the Tennessee Titans actually win this game. Who saw that coming? I predicted more like a 10-14 type game, honestly.
Yeah, that game. I don't know how much everybody been watching these some of these rookie quarterbacks and Cam and Shador, but the way that they've been playing, I mean, it. I knew they was gonna come and try to put on the show, especially playing against each other. I knew they was gonna try to come and put on the show. It was their first time seeing each other since they got the what was that, shoot the shit over the summer with each other when they was just but little pre-workout throwing the ball around.
Right, during the camps and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so I knew they was gonna try to come at each other. And being that Tennessee only won one game, I knew they was gonna try to get a win out of it somewhere. And they figured that this was their best opportunity, which goes to show that it was their best opportunity, 2 weakened teams. Now Shador, he on the other hand, he's just proving everybody why that his slide in the draft was just either, them hating on his name or something like that. Cause, I ain't saying he's the world-class athlete, but he shows a lot of poise in that pocket and knowing what to do when it's time to do what to do.
Yeah, you can see here with the numbers, he went 23 for 42 for 364 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. He also carried the ball 3 times for 29 yards and a touchdown. So he put four total touchdowns on the board for the Cleveland Browns, which is pretty impressive for a rookie quarterback, considering like Josh Allen just did that this past week as well. On the other side of the ball, Cam Ward, 14 for 28, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Most of their work came from Tony Pollard on the ground. He had over 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
With 25 attempts, he was averaging 6.4 a carry.
Yeah, so with
that long 65-yarder, that was a beautiful one.
Yeah, those big chunk plays will add to the numbers. They'll boost up the numbers real quick.
Now, even though Cam Ward had less passing yards, almost 200 something, less, damn near 200 something. Both of their completing percentage was almost the same. Cam was sitting at 50%, and Shador was sitting at 54%.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I really figure it's just, and the opportunities for Ward. You know what I mean?
You know what else?
Yeah, because Shador even threw almost double the amount of passes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what else I notice here? That like I've been noticing around the league too. Like I've been noticing a shift in the NFL going away from needing a superstar quarterback. This game was won by the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans had a total of over 150, almost 200 rushing yards to the Cleveland Browns less than 100 total rushing yards between all of their runners. And despite the quarterback play, even much better quarterback play, but they lost.
I don't mean to cut you off so much, but what do you mean as in they're trying to get away from the superstar? What do you view as a superstar quarterback? Because
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
The quarterbacks that everybody's aiming to replicate in the NFL nowadays. Patrick Mahomes,
the mobile quarterbacks, the Lamar Jacksons.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
defenses are figuring out how
Patrick
to handle
Mahomes.
that. Yeah.
To me, I still feel like a superstar quarterback is needed. And when I say a superstar quarterback, I'm coming from the amongst of IQ. You know, that's where I'm coming from. That's what I consider your superstar quarterback. It's still needed in the game.
Yeah,
You
like
know, even
Oh
that.
yeah,
like a Matthew Stafford. He's not mobile, but his IQ is through the roof.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
pocket
yeah.
passer.
Hmm.
You know, so I mean, that's one thing we do need to get clarified up a lot because you know they just think of mobility as being the superstar when you know being a superstar at certain positions you need them key skill sets to avoid yourself that superstar label. You
So,
know, and I feel like at the quarterback it's mainly IQ.
all right, and so you think about
Yeah,
it
because
like
the
that.
ability to scramble and make a play still happen after the fact when your entire play has been blown up. That's a combination of practice and IQ knowledge between the quarterback and the receiver, knowing how to handle that kind of a situation when the play's been destroyed and you're just kind of working with what you have left.
All right, Kenneth. So,
Correct,
would
correct.
would you consider Aaron Rodgers a superstar quarterback?
I mean,
It used to be.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. In his prime, he was. Now, it was supposed to carry over to his older days, but he's just so much of a pighead and think he's that dude that his athleticism is just kicking him in the ass. You know, that's just my opinion.
Oh,
Need more reps in the gym.
he had a nice little
Right,
play
right.
yesterday. He had a nice little play yesterday.
Yeah, and but see, we normally used to seeing that play happen from Aaron Rodgers at least two, three times a day in one game. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so we move on to the Seahawks and the Falcons. The Seahawks rout the Falcons. Not surprising, right?
Okay.
Not surprising.
Little, not surprising, no, but a little surprising to me. I mean, I
The way
kind
the
of
Falcons have been playing, though, it just goes to show that Seattle is the better team. Darnold's got the better receivers, and I'm thinking that Atlanta is at this point is just like let's lose out and try and get a better draft position.
Do you think
and
they're
that's the sad part.
Do you think they're already
It is
out on
that.
Penix? Do you guys think they're already out on Penix, or is it just because of the injuries?
That's why I was leading to like I'm kind of surprised because you know what I'm saying. This still is like a young Atlanta team. You know what I'm saying, and the way
Drake
they was
London is
coming
still
on,
very capable.
Yeah, and
yeah, the way
Bijan.
they was playing earlier in the season. You know what I'm saying. They it's like they are still very capable. It's just I guess they probably having an identity crisis right now at this point because you know they was pretty good, especially their front seven early on. Their front seven was getting after it. You know, even when they played Miami that year, we thought their front seven was gonna dominate. You know, especially on defense, and they didn't turn out to do what they was projected to do. So, you know, I just feel like that's a young team, and they need, they just need to put their balls to the walls with Atlanta. That's why
I
I was
agree.
surprised with that in Seattle. I mean, I knew Seattle was gonna win, but I didn't think it was gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, no, I thought it would be much closer too. Um, Waffles, how you feel? How you feel about Seattle in the playoffs, man?
It's really gonna come down to whether Darnold cracks under the pressure. He's been in that same situation a couple of times now, and it hasn't been good. So it really depends on his confidence going into that game. And with a guy like JSN to throw it to, like that's a confidence boost right there. Like the way they've been playing all season, if they continue with that, like I don't think they'll have much of a problem. Especially with the two-headed beast of a running back, like that running game has to stay strong so that that passing game can be sprinkled in, not relied on.
I
Oh,
like.
you feel like Sam Donald won't choke? My fault, Cat, for
I,
cutting
Nah,
you
you're
off.
good. You're
to
good.
be fair, I hope that he doesn't, but at the same time, he's been known to do that before.
Yeah, I mean, we look at last year. He choked out. Minnesota pretty much had a clean road to the playoffs, or not just to the playoffs, but
Yeah,
through the playoffs, and he completely folded and
but
choked.
yeah,
Go shut that
Darnold's
door,
not
bud.
he doesn't he's not used to that kind of pressure that the playoff picture really puts on players, especially in his position. Quarterbacks in the playoffs have to hold themselves to a higher standard than they did during the season. And if his ceiling has been during the season, then he's got to break through that in the playoffs, or he's going to get out in the first round like he did last year.
Yeah.
So do y'all feel like it's more pressure when you pass the ball all the time, or it's less pressure when you are relied upon to hit certain throws in key moments?
I'm sorry, repeat.
I want to say it's less pressure, less pressure during those key throws because the running game's working makes it easier to get those throws and have it not be like a big problem. Don't get me wrong, defenses are out there to mess that shit up. They want the pressure. They want, the quarterback to scramble and get sacked, trip on his own feet. That's the mental stability that the quarterback has to have going into those games with that extra added pressure of being in the postseason. Like postseason football is way different than regular season football. Like regular season, you want to just get the points and win. Postseason, you gotta think a little bit harder. You wanna make sure that the coach is working the clock right. You want to make sure that you're getting more possession time with the ball. So those runs, they may, march you down the field a little bit easier than those throws. Those throws, you got to be able to do them when you need them, of course. But if you can't keep the downs moving and that clock ticking away while you have possession of that ball, your score is not going to work out the way you want it to by the end.
That's
Clock
why
management is a big thing in the playoffs.
100%.
that's why I asked that question because you know, as we rely on the run game and try to sprinkle the throws in, those throws become high pressure moments. And
Oh, absolutely.
that's why I asked, would it be better to just flat out throw or to be more balanced? Because in the situation we was talking about with Sam Darnold, we figured he's gonna crack under pressure. And the more balanced that Seattle is, the more that they really going to rely on him to make those key throws in pressure moments. You know what I'm saying? So, I
Yeah.
mean, I just
Yeah.
got a different outlook on
When
it,
you're forced into a third and long, like it's going to be a pass because there's no other like option, potentially a screenplay or whatever. He's got to be prepared for that, and defenses are going to know what's up in those situations too. So that's where it comes into that IQ of knowing what you need and what you like want to do with this next play. Like if you only need 6 yards, go for 10. And then you know what I mean? Have a stacked receiver, one that goes long, and one that stops short, and see what you can make out of that. And that becomes obviously the quarterback's decision in the end, and he's got to be ready to make that decision fast. Because 3 seconds, that's what you get to throw that ball. 3 seconds. Max. Nice applause.
So the Seahawks finished that game 37-9, and they moved to 10-3. They're sitting pretty high up on the NFC side, but they're still under the Rams in second place there. So they're gonna have to deal with that situation. So we move on to the Colts and the Jaguars, and the Colts lose this game.
Ooh.
Not only do they lose this
Ooh.
game, but they lose their quarterback for the rest of the season, and potentially could end up losing that beloved playoff spot that they earned through the first 2/3 of the season. And it could easily fall away from them. You see Houston Texans coming up on their tails. The Jaguars just beat them 36-19 in a pretty convincing win from the Jacksonville Jaguars, if I must say so myself. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I mean, even before Danny Dimes went down, Jacksonville looked like they were having no problems. Go ahead, Waffles.
I know that you're not supposed to get excited about injuries. But that injury, Danny Dimes, going down like that, does put a little more highlight in the Jets next season, because if they continue to lose for the rest of the season, don't make the playoffs, that'll give them a better draft position next year, which we have their draft pick next year.
Oh,
So
good
the more they
way.
lose,
Oh,
the
that's a
more they
win for
lose,
you
the higher
guys.
we
Look at
go.
that. Hey, and you know what?
So, like I said, I hate to be happy about an injury, but
Hey,
thanks, Danny Dimes.
hey, one way to look at it, right? Actually, I had Danny Dimes as my quarterback on my fantasy team yesterday, but I still won by 1 point because of thank you, Jameer Gibbs. um,
All I
so
got to worry about is the Eagles game tonight, but we already know how that works.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So did anything stand
Yeah.
out to you from this game, from you guys?
Yeah. Jacksonville, they came out first two quarters and put up 14 points. I mean, that was before Danny Downs went down. That to me, that sound like a very motivated and determined Jaguars team.
They even
Because
doubled down and did 14 more in the second quarter.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The first two quarters they came out and put up 14 points. You know what I'm saying? But what is really concerning is the way they died off in the second half. Like they only put up 8 points in the second half.
Yeah, with the third quarter being a goose egg.
A goose egg, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, who? I mean that's not playoff winning football right there. Everybody know that you gotta finish strong, but
No,
they jumped out on the Colts and they was up pretty good. So
that's
they wrote it out.
that's also this could also Kenna. I know you're one like me to where it's also like stats can lie sometimes too, right? So like we're sitting here looking at this scoreboard from the first half. They put up 28-10 going into halftime. Colts are now down their star quarterback. They're rushing out there with a third string rookie quarterback, right? This is kind of a situation where it's like we had to watch the game. Maybe they fizzled out because like they resorted to the run. They were just kind of trying to run the clock out, like what Waffles was talking about earlier, with what you do when you get into playoff football. You control the clock. Like
I mean,
you're up by 2.5 scores right now, starting the second half. Like let's just run this clock out. Let's not give them their offense a chance.
yeah, you is up 28-10 at halftime. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like this still an easy league to score in. You know what I'm saying? And you just I don't know, man. I just feel like you can't come into the third quarter and put up a goose egg to win a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but we're going to go 5
third.
plays with a minute and then have to punt. That's not the way to start the second half.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I get what you're saying, Cat. You're right, but like I say, man, it's just key moments it's just key moments in football to where you got to get right. And coming out of that break, third quarter, halftime break, and you don't do nothing, that's just telltale to another team that is hungry that we got them dead in the water.
Their defense did pick it up in the fourth quarter, though, with an interception and a safety.
All right, so with that win, the Jacksonville Jaguars jump to the lead of the AFC South, and the Colts fall to third place underneath the Houston Texans. Bum bum bum, as they sit at 8-5. And before we move on to the next slot of games, let's go ahead and give some shout outs, right? Let's start our shout outs with Charlie's Choice Collectibles over there on Macari. Go ahead and fill them in on what you got going on over there, Waffles.
I actually just started a 72-hour 10% off sale on all items. So if you want to click the link down in the description and jump on over there at any time, even after the show, and just check out what we got going on, you're more than welcome to. Please do. Charlie's Choice Collectibles now through December is going to be having a lot of different new items added every week. We'll be posting Mondays and Fridays just to make sure all the new items get posted before the weekend. So definitely check them out on Saturdays and Tuesdays to see what new items got posted.
Oh, definitely want to check that place out. It's the best place to shop, especially during the holiday season, the gift-giving season, because you're going to get things that you're not going to find at your local Target, Walmart, things like that. These are those special, rare gifts that come with meaning. So go check it out. And you get to ball on a budget, bro. It's not going to break the bank. So go check it out. We also got the DCC going on. We got that going on all the way through February. You can see that link up in that top right corner, or you can find the link on our profile page. Please, if you can, go make a donation. No donations too big or too small when you're trying to help battle cancer. It takes a community to make a difference. AFC EASTIEBOYS, for every $500 that we can raise, your boy Cat in the Hat is running a mile per $500 every day, all the way up until the 5K. So let's raise as much money as we can and make my ass sweat, bro. I'm already skinny. So let's see how skinny we can get. Nah, I'm not gonna lose any more weight, but
don't need to, bro.
Don't need to. Don't need to. And then of course we also got that giveaway going on for 500 subscribers. Once we hit to 500 subscribers, we got a nice little Mike Gesicki autographed photo from his rookie year. He's wearing the number 86, hurdling over a dude. The best way to win that? Easy. Subscribe, like, share, comment, spread the love. We're going to gift it randomly to the person who shows the most love to this channel and helps us grow. We're almost at 500, ladies and gentlemen, so go ahead. Don't be shy. Share the channel with your mama, with your friends, with your cousins, anybody that likes football or just likes comedy. I mean, we like to have fun over here. I make a lot of comic books. We do things with our kids, so share it up. And then we also got another special guest in the building, Kenna, Only the Real Survive. Tell them how they can find you. Make sure you drop your link in the chat too as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna drop my link in the chat. But yeah, Only the Real Survive. Come over to the, give me some subs. That way we can start going live. That way, we can, chat it up, hang out, get some real life experience and talking going on.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next game, ladies and gentlemen.
Shout out to Christian Lee.
Christian Lee, Mr. Polk in the building. He's a real one, man. He's a real one. He goes and he supports all of them. The Commanders in Jaden Daniels' return put up a big goose egg against what was struggling Minnesota Vikings team, right, with J.J. McCarthy.
He didn't look like he was struggling this week.
No, he didn't.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I still don't trust the Vikings. Their defense is what really got them there.
I was about to say, when we look at this scoreboard, that's still a struggle bus. One touchdown a quarter. Minnesota's still struggling. Their defense prevailed them big time.
Oh, yeah. Andrew Van Ginkel, AVG with another INT.
Yeah, that's our dude. Right,
that's our dude. Man, that was one of our biggest mistakes getting rid of him, man. But he wanted to go play with Flores, so I don't blame the dude.
I can't blame him. Yeah, you can't blame him. Everybody want their leader.
Yeah, he likes
40-yard interception.
Yeah, he's a beast, man.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Zach Thomas.
He tipped it and picked it.
That's what I need to do. I need to make a video of like some Zach Thomas picks and some AVG picks and just put them side by side. You know what I mean? And like people would literally think they're the same players. Bro, they're
AVG. Yeah.
AVG. But yeah, the Minnesota Vikings rout the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels gets injured on that AVG pick as well. I have not looked at anything on Jaden Daniels of whether it's another serious injury that's going to put him out for the rest of the season, which honestly they should have never brought him back in my opinion anyways, being 3-7.
Commanders is good. Washington is good for that, man. Like they did that mess with RG3 too.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say that.
Yep. Didn't learn their
situation.
I mean, if I was Jaden Daniels, I would just want to sit for the rest of the year anyway, just to make sure. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't have a chance to make the playoffs, so why risk getting hurt again or getting hurt more?
Risk it.
It's not
Nope.
making
I just let it be.
it's not making any sense. Yeah, what the Washington Commanders are doing with
Yeah.
that talent at
And
quarterback they have.
I mean, I know it's kind of sad to say, but if I was him, I would kind of have a slump. I have a slump. I would want to get out of Washington. I would want to get out of Washington as fast as I can and as healthy as I can. Cause I don't. I mean, that was last year was amazing for them, but the way they came back this year, it just shows that they caught the lead by storm. They caught them by surprise last
Hmm.
year, and now that they got them, it ain't been much since.
It was kind of the same
You
thing,
know,
with
yeah,
Houston a couple years ago.
yeah. Well, CJ, he stood in that pocket and showed some things. You know what I'm saying? Like he could take the hit when he need to. He'll take that hit, rolling down. And deliver that good throw. He showed that a couple of times in his rookie year. That's why his sophomore year was kind of expected. They're trying to come on late right now and turning things around this year. So CJ, but Jalen Daniels, I mean, the injuries is a big concern with me with him and his what? This is what, third year or second?
Jaden Daniels second.
Second.
Yeah, sophomore.
Second.
Sophomore, yeah.
Okay, so sophomore. Yeah, so
Sophomore
if
slump
yeah,
is a thing. It is a thing. Sometimes
yeah,
it's not, but this
yeah,
year it is.
yeah, I'll just go ahead and slump it out with him. That way they won't have to pick up no franchise tag with me. And hopefully I could just pack my bags and be on my way. Hopefully I don't
Give
put
me
up
a
enough
reason to be
bad tape.
traded. Give me a reason to
Yeah,
be traded.
for real. Cause I mean, I don't see them putting around here. Like they should really like that playoff was unexpected. So I think they didn't build the way they should have built in the offseason for them to come back and have an even stronger, you know what I'm saying, showing this year. I think they just thought they was good with what they had.
No,
Yeah, and even with the injuries on that team, with Terry McLaurin getting injured halfway through the season and it literally put a stop on their offense. They didn't do anything before the
Yeah,
trade deadline to get some extra wide receivers in there.
right,
Nothing.
right,
So they just
right, right.
and
Yeah,
were
I
literally
mean,
ready to coast the end of the season.
yeah,
in my opinion, they messed up. Like where they messed up at was before the season even started, right? Because they made a great move to go get Deebo Samuel. That was like, in my opinion, that was one of the smartest moves of the offseason that a team could do. Because a player like Deebo Samuel is a weapon. He's kind of like a Devon A-Chain. He's a versatile player that you can pretty much line up anywhere. And they didn't really have anybody like that. They also had Scary Terry. They paid Scary Terry, made sure to get him paid and his extension done. Where they messed up is they let Brian Robinson Jr. go to the San Francisco 49ers when they didn't have a clear running back room. And then when they
Clear, yeah,
started the
number one
season,
back.
like their backs ended up getting injured, and now they don't have any kind of running game to pose a threat to a
Rely
guy
on.
to so Jaden Daniels relies on his legs as well as he relies on his pass. But if you don't have a run game, an actual run game to threaten the run, they don't have to worry about that. They can crowd the
Yeah,
quarterback.
no play action.
So that's where they messed up in my opinion. But either way, neither team is going
yeah.
to the playoffs, so we're not going to spend too much time talking about that. We move on to a Mike Gesicki shout out. Since we're talking about Mike Gesicki, the Buffalo Bills and the Bengals game was one heck of a game in the snow, right? Mike Gesicki got
We
himself
love
another
snow
touchdown.
games.
He did himself his little gritty. He was having fun. I don't know. I
yeah,
got a video I'm working on, guys, for the evolution of Mike Gesicki's gritty. It has definitely come a long way. I don't know if you guys have seen it through the
I
years,
just,
but
yeah, we seen his ugly ass greedy.
One or two.
Where, but I just want to say this about Joe. Joe is that dude.
Mariota, Mr. Polk.
Joe is that dude. Joe Burrow is that dude. Now, I think Cincinnati is gonna treat him like they did Carson Palmer and just, you know, ride his coattail and not really build around him. But, for him, like that was his first game back?
Second. He came back last week.
Second game? Okay, that was the second game back, man. Yo, and to step in the limelight and to go and ready to go toe for toe as if that was a championship game on the line.
Certainly
Yo, man,
looked like it.
that shows you the clutch gene is in his blood. Like hands down, yo. That dude, man, he need to get out of sense, yo, if he want to see something, yo, for real.
But
Cause that dude, yo, he performed well.
he did, but they also had a second half collapse, much like the Jaguars did. But the Buffalo Bills are a much better team, and were actually able to formulate a comeback with 28 points scored in the second half to the Bengals 13 that they scored in the fourth quarter. But it doesn't matter because since with that loss, the Cincinnati Bengals are officially eliminated from the playoffs as they sit at 4-9. I don't see any road to where an 8-9 team makes it into the playoffs this year. But that does give the Buffalo Bills a win where us Dolphin fans needed them to lose. So the Buffalo Bills do move to 9-4 with that win, pretty much sealing their playoff spot. They're probably not gonna win the division. They do play the Patriots this week, so they have to win that one if they want any chance of winning the division. Because if they don't, then the Patriots lock down the AFC East and probably locking down first round bye. But the Buffalo Bills did look good.
They go Pats go now? Like what the?
Bro, it pisses me off so much to see them go through a dynasty, bro. See them go through a dynasty and take 4 or 5 years to literally turn it around, and they could be looking at another freaking dynasty with Mike Vrabel. And it was Mike Vrabel, man. I don't think it mattered what quarterback they had in there playing right now. Mike Vrabel came in and he got that team motivated to win. And we're talking about them, and they had a bye week this week. Fuck the Patriots.
Damn it.
Yeah, man, it is heartbreaking to see New England ready to take over the division again. So early. So early. Oh, and you a Jets fan over there, I see.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got a bright future ahead of them. They got 6 first-round picks in the next 2 years. And they could get more if they come off.
Their slogan has always been better luck next year.
I mean,
from game one last year with Rodgers. Game 1 or no, 2 years ago. 2 years ago with Rodgers. Game 1. Better luck next year.
It was a wrap. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have that sentiment than coming in with some hope and being let down every year. I mean, I just rather know it's over from the jump.
Dolphin fans.
You know, come in with
game
the
1. Well,
season's
year. Over, guys.
We first, even down 4 games. Oh, we could turn it around.
All the way to like game 9, I think we were saying that. And then like game 10, we're like, all right, I think we should start losing now. But then, we're going to win a couple games now. Why not?
Well, that's why I had that. That's why.
Ridiculous.
Did you see the joke that I put out a couple days ago? Waffles with the Jets?
No, I must have missed that one.
The Jets are so bad, right? They're even bad at tanking.
Yeah, so definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, ain't no worse than us at tanking.
All right, before we jump into that game, let's hit the Baker Mayfield tragedy of the Buccaneers Saints game.
Tyler Shuck, man. Tyler Shuck fighting for that job. He fighting for that.
He was fighting for real, man. That's what that was, yo. Like, what nothing Baker could do, man. I think the Saints just had the momentum to take that game, yo. It just felt like it. Watching that game, it just felt like it.
Which is kind of scary, right? Because now, like, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are getting healthy. They got Chris Godwin back, Amika Buka's up there, Bucky Irving's back, Rashad White's back.
Irving back.
I mean, Baker Mayfield's still a little banged up from his injury the week before, but I mean, like, that's no excuse when you have all the rest of the weapons around you. To fall to a 3-10 team, or they were 2-10 at the time, 2-10 team when you're fighting for your division and the Panthers are sneaking up on you, like that's just bad look for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
As they lose
The
that
Saints
game.
defense really did shut down the passing game, though. Like with 122 total passing yards from Baker, they spread it out a lot between Godwin, Bucky, Otten, Egbuka, Shepard, Rashad White, and Johnson. But spreading it out that much made it too diverse. Like nobody had a really good game, and that shows with the score.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like that just goes to show that, like, if you
Any given
really ain't
Sunday.
got the, not only that is any given Sunday, so we're gonna take a team like the Buccaneers. I mean, I ain't saying they're a sorry team, but there's nobody on that team that is almost like world class. You know what I'm saying? Like even Baker, he's not world class as far as talent. He's world class as far as a competitor. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get out there. He gonna do his best. He gonna give it everything he got. You know what I'm saying? By you know, if it calls for him to die to get the touchdown, he gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
he's
yeah.
an ultimate competitor. And that just goes to show to where, like, even being an ultimate competitor, playing at the top of your game, even with a team like the Saints, you gotta come money. You know what I'm saying?
You got
Like
to
you
come
gotta come
correct.
ready to play, because I just think this was a good slap in the face for them, because it let them know that, how much more they gotta get focused so they can, go up against Carolina that's sneaking up on them. And it a lot of it just goes to, it's just point to the focus for a lot of teams and organizations that got going on, like over here in Miami. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, you know, we ready to celebrate individual performances first before we understand that we got to be together as a team so we can wrap things out. You know what I'm saying? Two ain't playing good, but H ain't playing well. So, we see H ain't in the run game over there celebrating, when just a year ago it was, you know what I'm saying, two in the receivers celebrating. You know what I'm saying? See, our team is just like so divided and not together. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just the way I look at things, and I just see, it's like deep rooted in soul that we got to get out of to do better. And ultimately things just falling in place, especially over here in Miami, middle of class, just like last year, middle of the draft, middle field. you know, you can't get out of it. You just can't get out of it.
Do you think Tampa would have been better off if they'd have went for it on that 4th and 12 instead of kicking the field goal with 5 minutes left in the game?
Probably. I mean, either way it go, you came out to the damn near the same result.
I'm gonna be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 5 minutes. Y'all go ahead and run with the next couple games. Just save the Dolphin game for me when I get back.
All right, so that puts us at Denver and Las Vegas.
Ooh, the Raiders. Well,
These freaking Broncos, man, they just can't stop winning for some reason.
they doing what they supposed to right now. Sean Payton over there, Old Nick showing up. You know, even if it's an ugly win, they doing what they supposed to right now, and that's more important than anything. Yeah, I hate
Yeah,
they
from
winning,
what I
but
could see, like they didn't he did okay through the air, 212 yards, 31 of
I mean,
38. The passer rating was
yeah,
great on that.
that that's what I'm looking at. That completion percentage is 81 completion percentage, yo. He
Yeah,
taking
that's
care of the
good.
ball. Even though he ain't had no touchdowns or no interceptions, you know what I'm saying? He was still moving that ball. You
Exactly.
know,
They were marching down into the red zone and then letting Harvey and Bo Nix even ran one on his own.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I ain't even worried about the Raiders, man. We know their season being over.
Oh yeah, with Geno Smith getting pulled and then putting in Kenny Pickett,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they knew
But
that game was done.
this guy Bo Nix, man, I mean he's showing up again this year, and they keep trucking along the way they're trucking along. He could possibly get his first playoff win before Tua.
That's very true. They put up, what is it? Where is it? 24-17 against the Raiders.
Yeah,
Not a blowout win, but enough
nah,
to pull it through.
yeah, enough to pull through. I know against a better opponent, it would have been harder. You know,
Yeah,
that's
even what I'm seeing here, they maintained the lead the entire game, only being tied one time in the
and that was
first
in the first
quarter.
quarter. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, even when they came back and Las Vegas scored 10 points, it still didn't even threat them in the fourth quarter.
Sounds
So
like a super struggle for Las
yeah,
Vegas.
yeah. I mean, it just goes along with every year you find a head coach to see if you can get a different outcome, and it ain't. I think they just should have stayed with Antonio Pierce. The team was playing for him. You know what I mean?
They could have been better off.
They, yeah, but they wanted to change the ship. Who they got? Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They figured
yeah.
he's going to replicate what he did in Seattle, and it just
And
has not been going that
yeah,
way.
man. Like I don't know why they felt like that because the Raiders ain't never had a defense that was even close to what Seattle has produced over the years.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, and
never.
Ashton
Like
Genty is no Marshawn Lynch. You know what I mean? Like,
nah. Now I give it time. You know what I'm saying? He could probably become. You know what I'm saying? Because Marshawn wasn't Marshawn until you know what I'm saying. What?
yeah, it's like third or fourth
What?
season.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. I ain't saying Ashton Genty ain't that, but he could be that. But you know, in in
They
order
need to
for him
beef
to
up
be
that O
that,
line.
not only that, it's just Ashton Genty gonna have to end up probably leaving Oakland to become that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
and they ain't never had that defense like Seattle, like I said. So yeah, I figured this was gonna test Pete Carroll, see how good of a head coach that he was, and it's showing that you know Pete Carroll probably just benefited from what Seattle probably already had in place.
Hmm. Riding the coattails of his past.
Yep, right in the coattails. Yep, right about that.
All right, so we had a good game here. Chicago and Green Bay.
Ooh, boy, that Caleb Williams, boy, who expected him to
That
turn it
game
around the way he did?
definitely got exciting. Oh, somebody's at the door.
Yeah, that
21-28
was
being the final. Hold that thought. Damn it.
yeah 21-28 ended up being the final score. You know, let's see, trying to pull up the stats here, see what Jordan Love did. You know,
Boom. Sorry about that.
although although we know Jordan Love been taking good command of his offense the last couple years, he's been put in charge.
And they've definitely done a very good job of like passing the ball around and keeping their receivers relevant. You never know who to pick fantasy wise with these guys because anyone can go off at any moment.
Yeah, they can. I mean, but see, I just think that's a testament of Green Bay being able to
What you do?
shift their youth
Podcast.
around. You know, they've been able to shift their youth
Yeah,
around so good that they're able to
yeah,
find good
got
talent.
three
They're able to
people in here.
find it.
Special
What's
guest here,
up, Pop?
popping
What's
in.
up, Pop?
Oh
How you
man,
been, man?
What's going on?
There
What's
he is.
going on?
He's looking over at. He's like, which one is Cat in the Hat?
Yeah,
The one
green
on the
looks like the
bottom.
Grinch.
The one
The
on
one
the
that's
bottom.
green looks like the Grinch.
Yeah, buddy. Well, it's that time of year, man. I gotta be grumpy. Grumpy Grinch, man. Bah humbug. Hey, are you glad that I got?
You can't do that. That's my job.
Are you glad that I got your son to wear a Dolphins
Good timing
jersey?
too, because he's actually a Packers fan.
Oh wow.
Hey, them
I
Packers.
go all the way.
them-
Dolphins and Packers.
Them Packers looking good this year. Since we were talking about it, right?
He's
Packers-
set up with
and
two
with
wins.
Alabama.
Oh yeah, Alabama.
They got knocked off, I heard, this weekend.
Shocker.
Yeah.
But yeah, Green Bay sitting at the top of the division with
Are they?
a tie. I don't know.
No,
they
they're sitting at the
they
top
beat
now.
Chicago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that ties them, right?
yeah, they beat Chicago, so they're sitting at the top.
Yeah, because of the tie.
Yep.
Yeah, because they didn't have a loss;
That's
they had a
half
tie.
loss instead of
Goes back to that 9-3-1, Cat. They're 9-3-1.
Well, I mean, when you're predicting games, it's different. You don't get that one. When you're actually playing the game and it ends in a tie, you get the one. But if you're making a prediction and you predict it's a win or a loss and it ends in a tie, you got it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Unless you guessed tie, you don't get the one in your predictions. Like, stop putting the one in your prediction videos, ladies and gentlemen. You got it wrong.
Well, you don't get a loss either.
That's what I said.
But you do. If you didn't
It's not a
guess
win, but
tie,
it's not a loss either.
if you didn't guess
Hey, you ain't
tie,
lying about that.
like tie is an outcome of a
It's just
game.
one game that's not included. That's all it is.
I chalked it up in my loss
It's like
column.
a push.
I chalked it up in my loss
Chuck,
column.
of course you did. So
Yeah.
the Packers rout the Bears. The Bears have a chance to make it still, but they gotta keep them Lions at bay come week 18.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, they definitely
Thanks.
do, and we talked about it. And
Let it
I
up,
think
Mom.
the Packers are a team
You get
that
shorted,
can
man. I get
stop
shorted, that's
the
fine.
Detroit
Yeah, I get
Lions
you.
from scoring 30+ points. Their defense,
Exactly,
their
and that's gonna be a
defense does
hard
great
task.
job, and the offense they can put up points too, and they're not one dimensional in Green Bay. They have a good run game and they have a good pass game. They have a lot of different receivers to spread the ball around to, and that's probably their biggest strong suit right now is the ability to spread
no
that
time
ball
for
to
that.
7 different receivers in
I mean,
a
I
game.
do, but I don't.
And they all get 30
Hold on,
plus
take it
yards.
from me.
You know what I mean? So it's like you
And-
don't know who to cover
Yeah.
on any given Sunday.
What'd you get, Junior?
But we skipped a game, ladies
Speaking
and
of
gentlemen.
high-scoring teams, well, we might as well finish out before we double back and end it with them.
Well, we skipped the
Speaking of
Steelers
high-scoring
and the
games,
Ravens.
ladies and gentlemen, we got the Rams and the Cardinals.
Rams, which are my favorite to go to the Super Bowl on the NFC side.
We're talking Matt Stafford. We're talking 71% completion rate, 3 touchdowns,
You got the worst.
22 for 31,
But he can.
making Puka Nakua look like JSN,
I'm telling you, Matthew Stafford
making Devontae Adams relevant again.
is the clear MVP this year. Clear MVP this year. I don't think it's even close. Like, I'm so mad. I'm so mad that I didn't make that bet in the beginning of the year when I should have. I was looking at it because it was plus 10,000 at the time because he had the issues with his back and oh man, I wish I would have made that bet. I could have dropped $100 on that and I'd be walking out with 10 grand. Oh, hold on, I got a sound effect for that. Hold on.
Oh, thought to take.
We took him down to the exit.
Oh, they didn't.
There it is.
Yeah, it's like $300 total or some shit.
Just to get in the game.
So basically what happened in this game was Brissett did not do enough. 25 for 44 attempts, 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and 3 sacks. They had a decent... No, they didn't really have a decent rushing attack either. Like, nobody got more than 30 yards rushing between 3 people, Brissett, Knight, and Carter.
Yeah, they're having the same problem. The Cardinals had the same problem that the Commanders had. They didn't have any kind of real rushing game going into the season. So it's like if you don't have a solid
They just
running
literally
game,
funneled everything through Michael Wilson.
yeah, if you don't have a solid run game, it's hard to develop a pass because like you don't have to worry about the run. You just put everybody out and you cover receivers, you double receivers and worry about Trey McBride.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining because I had Wilson, in the lineup this week, but
He went off, boy. He went off. He was the third highest scorer this week.
142 yards, 2 touchdowns off of 16 targets and 11 receptions. I'd say that's pretty good.
So the Rams are sitting at 10-3, pretty much atop the NFC right now. Looking like they're gonna walk away with number 1 seed. I don't know what the rest of their season looks like, but the way that they're playing, I don't think it matters. I could easily see them finishing with maybe one more loss, depending. Like I said, it depends on who they're playing. I really don't see anybody beating them. But any given Sunday, anything can happen.
Salary is on MTO, which is managed.
I feel like Seattle's the only one that's going to give them a run for their money. And they got Lions, Seahawks, and then Falcons. So they got 2 hard games coming up, and then it looks like a nice, easy finish to the schedule for the Rams.
And didn't they already beat the Seahawks once? I'm pretty sure
I believe so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they already beat the Seahawks the first time, and it was a pretty bad loss for the Seahawks. They handled them pretty well, if I remember correctly.
Out of 7. So,
but yeah, we skipped the Ravens-Steelers game. That was a pretty good one too. It didn't the first half wasn't that great. It was kind of low scoring, but it turned out to be a good game. Aaron Rodgers led that team to victory. Led the Steelers to continue to run that division. They're now sitting at 7-6. The Baltimore Ravens fall to 6-7. There you go, all you 6-7 memers. Got him. And I think it's time to worry about the Baltimore Ravens. Like, they still have another couple tough games coming up on their schedule. They might not make it into the playoffs, which is good for the Dolphins, right? Because if we can win out, Baltimore don't get in, Chiefs don't get in. Easy road in the playoffs, man. Completely new AFC picture. You're mute-smited, Waffles. Or your mic is muted.
This could be a season without Mahomes in the postseason, and I'm loving it.
Which is kind of scary because the Bills are now getting in, right? And that's the only thing that's been holding Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills from making it to the Super Bowl is the Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes factor. And if neither one of them make it in and Josh Allen makes it in, he could have the easiest road to a Super Bowl ever. And then all this crap we're talking about, the Patriots dynasty and Bills suck, would go in the trash can. So let's hope they don't make it. Or let's hope...
we've eaten our words enough this season.
Let's hope they play the Dolphins in the wild card, because if we play them again, we're whooping them up again. Ain't that right, Kenna?
Like who again?
The Buffalo Bills.
Paid for the week.
The Buffalo Bills.
Oh man.
Hungry.
Let's go ahead.
I don't think we want to see him again.
Let's go ahead and get to that game from yesterday. How did you feel? How did you feel repping a winning team, Waffles?
Yeah, about that. I had to wear Dolphins gear to work, and everybody there knows I'm a Jets fan, so they're like looking at me like, what's going on here, dude? I had to explain to everyone that I lost a bet probably 12 times, give or take. I actually had 2 Dolphins jerseys on, and of course my Jets jersey on underneath it all. So, Jets first, baby, always.
Go buy me a fucking 10x20.
But Dolphins prevailed.
I'm too cheap to buy it. I got the money.
Dolphins played perfect complementary football yesterday. Just like we played against the Buffalo Bills a couple weeks ago. And this is the type of football that if the Dolphins can keep doing, we can beat anybody. We can beat anybody in the league. We can beat anybody that we got coming up. We had a pure 3-headed running back monster yesterday. All 3 of our running backs got touches. It was
Come on, Trey.
beautiful. It was beautiful. The
Oh,
defense
crap.
was firing on all cylinders. We had 6 sacks, 3 interceptions. Like, the Jets, granted, they lost Tyrod Taylor early, but I don't think it would have mattered, Waffles. Like, I really don't.
Nope. I don't think it would have either. Y'all started off with a 21 point lead, basically.
All right, I'm out.
All right, later, Pops. Yeah, we started with a 21-point lead to just go out there and show off, basically.
Yeah, you guys pretty much got to the point where it was like, let's just have a little fun while we're out here.
But the same thing happened to the Jaguars, right? And the same thing happened to, what was the other team that kind of fizzled out in the second half? Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
Kind of just second half was just there, wasn't a whole lot of scoring. Tua wasn't able to. Obviously, the defense dialed in on Tua and his passing. Tua wasn't great. He never is. But Mike McDaniels realized that, and he's realized that we need to rely on Devon Achane, and we need to rely on our running game. And our running game in general, not just Devon Achane, because Devon Achane.
Shout out to Jalen Wright.
Shout out.
Jalen Wright. They were pushing him.
I was about to get to that. See, Devon Achane went out. He could have came back in. It was a rib issue. Mike McDaniel said he could have came back in, but there wasn't a need for it. Jalen Wright was having a hot hand. Every one of our running backs got a touchdown, which is great. And
see,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Even Waddle had a rush for 21 yards.
Hey. That's why I've been harping on Mike McDaniel. The run game has been working. The run game, it seems to be, it's kind of somewhat fixed in Miami. Achane got 1,000 yards, which when was the last time we had 1,000-yard rusher? And on top of that, everybody been saying Jalen Wright is a lost cause. He turned around and put up 100 yards. Like, I mean, Mike McDaniel run offense is looking good.
Yeah, and we got to give props to Mike McDaniel because some of the plays that he put out there in order to get those runs to be successful, like some of the looks that he threw out there was very there was a lot of like switcheroos and like confusery going on because like he had the 6 lineman package, he had linemen in the backfield, like you had Tua lined up here at one point, and then you had like 2 guys right here, and then you had a guy on this side, and like everybody's like crossing each other and like don't know where the ball's going. And that's one thing I do got to give Tua props for is his ability to fake out the opponent when he's handing the ball off. Like some of the fakes that he do. Remember like the behind the back one that they did? Remember it was like he went to a couple weeks ago, you had Devon Achane running up in front of him to the left, but you had Malik Washington coming around the back, and he faked it to Achane, but then like flicked it up to Malik Washington running around the back. And then like during this game there was a one like where he had the two he had a running back and a lineman lined up here, and I think it was Jalen Wright and Brunskill lined up to his right here, and then Achane on this side, but it was like Achane came across and Jalen Wright came across, but Jalen Wright got the ball. The way that Mike McDaniel is just confused, like it's confusing to explain it, so it's got to be confusing for the defense. You know what I mean? And that's where I got to
I get what you're saying, but that shit with him jumping in the air, I'll be like,
oh no, that's stupid. That one's dumb. I don't give him props on that one. That one's just dumb. Everyone knows that it wasn't a high snap, bro. Like, come on, bro. You've done that 3 times this season. Get the fuck out of here with that one. But some of the other trickery and sly stuff they do, they're pretty smooth with it, and I got to give him props on that. But yeah, Mike McDaniel's learning that we can't win with Tua, like using Tua, but we can still win with Tua. Meaning we use the run game and we don't put the game on the line in the hands of Tua. Go up quick, keep the lead, run the ball out.
Well, we'll see if you was paying attention. Last year he was showing it. Everybody kept saying, why is we going away from the run game when it's clearly working? And, he was putting the ball in the hands of Tua to show everybody that, I got to let everybody see Tua can't get it done, so I can just ultimately just go to my run game. And that's what we've been doing this year. It's just been sticking to the run game a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, It's just been balls to the walls with the run game, which is good.
Yeah, it's a winning formula for
That's
sure.
how Achan's getting them 1,000 yards this season.
It's definitely been a winning formula for sure. And then Sunday night, Chiefs Kingdom might have lost their last game they could afford to lose.
2010.
They still have 2 more tough games coming up. They still got to play the Chargers again. They still got to play the Broncos again. Not looking good for the Chiefs. They lose to the Texans. Texans defense is clearly number one.
CJ was out there.
Yeah, it looks
CJ
like
was
they're
running for his life, wasn't he?
Out 6 and 7. They got maybe a prayer.
They're in the same situation as the Dolphins, the Chiefs. They have to win
Kansas City.
Yeah, they have to win out.
Yeah.
And even if they win out, they're not winning their division. In order to win their division,
Broncos got it locked.
Broncos would have to lose out as well, and I think they would still have it based on strength of schedule, like teams. I think the Broncos would take the tiebreaker if the Chiefs won out and the Broncos lost out. They would have a tie record, but I think the Broncos would take the tiebreaker.
I think the mask is finally coming off of old Patty boy.
I think he's realizing he really does miss Tyreek Hill.
He's running out of money to pay them reps.
Not only that, I mean, just the way he started out at the beginning of the season, yo. Like, I understand you gotta have your talent, you gotta have talent on the field to be productive. But, I still feel like Patty should have been developing some kind of rapport with these backup receivers so he won't look like complete trash out here. Because, 42 completion percentage, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 160 yards. Come on, man. When has Pat Mahomes ever sound like a fucking Tua? You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, like I'm saying, it's just I feel like the mask is coming off because, everybody is hip to that Kansas City Andy Reid system right now, to where he can't have no more tricks now. He ain't got no more gadgets to pull out. And that's what I'm kind of afraid of Mike McDaniel becoming with this run game right here, as we see with Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. Like, system just end up being figured out to the point to where you can't get no better than what you already was. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's what we don't see with Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes, the best of the best. We don't see their time.
I don't think they're done. I think they're just having a slump year. Them boys are tired, bro. They just went on 5 straight championship runs. Like, them boys are tired, man. I actually called this in the beginning of the year. I said they wouldn't make the playoffs. A lot of people called me crazy, but I have a Kansas City insider. And he's been pretty good to me. And when he tells me things, he's been right 9 out of 10 times. So when he told me in the offseason that he didn't like how it was looking in the offseason and how the Kansas City Chiefs weren't building the proper pieces, I was like, I'm with you, bro. All right, cool. So they're not going to the playoffs this year. He's like, no, I don't feel good about our chances this year. And there we are. And he tells me he's blaming Andy Reid for all of these losses, for a lot of these losses, with Andy Reid's play calling and the way that he's building the team. Like, he didn't build the offensive line in the offseason, things like that. So
I'll definitely agree with that, because you have been seeing Patrick Mahomes scramble a lot more than he's used to.
So could that be really, like, because that kind of sounds like some issues we having over here in Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're having issues like that, like, is that a correlation to the player or the coach?
It's a little bit of, it's probably a mixture, like I think at their level I don't think at their, so we're at different levels. There's different levels to this shit, you know what I mean? There would be different levels to this shit. So I think at their level, I think it's a matter of too much pressure to where for us,
or
it's too much pressure.
Or could it be
to win.
tired? Like y'all was saying, y'all tired. They tired of it. Like y'all was saying.
Yeah.
Because every year coming in being the favorite, like it got to be mentally draining to hold up that facade for so many years.
I don't know. Let us know what y'all think down in the comments. Even if y'all are coming here afterwards, tell us what y'all think down in the comments. Let's get a thread going. Let's figure out why do y'all think the Chiefs have fallen off this year? Let me know what y'all think. And make sure y'all
also got to think
like
too. They didn't have their
number
number one receiver for the first 6 games. Rashee Rice was suspended, so like they were using Xavier Worthy like he was Rashee Rice, and that was not a combination for success that they were messing with. Travis Kelce's a big dude, but he's not always going to be there to catch the ball. And you take away that crutch from Mahomes, and he's got to figure it out.
But Rashee Rice been back for how many games now?
Since week 6.
Week
6, yeah.
Yeah.
So 8.
8 games.
And
so 8 games. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we can say we can cancel 2 to knock off the rest. I mean, but their record kind of reflects it then, because they about 50%, just kind of 500. So their record kind of reflects it.
I would push for a stronger run game in Kansas City with Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. They're just not enough. 3 yards as an average.
And there you go. Emphasizing the run again. We're seeing all these teams that didn't emphasize the run are struggling. We're seeing all
except
the
for the
teams
Jets.
that
We're
didn't
just struggling.
emphasize the run are struggling.
So could the running back position be making a push
even
back
with
in the league?
That's what I'm thinking. I said this a couple weeks ago, Kenna. I feel like the NFL is shifting, and I feel like in the next couple years we could see to where these superstar quarterbacks aren't the high value players anymore. It could shift back to the running back position and the defensive end position to pressure, because what you're seeing, right? You're seeing like with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, even look at the Eagles. They laid off on Barkley and they started losing.
Exactly. But you can look at the Houston Texans, for example, when they went and they played the Buffalo Bills and they shut out the Buffalo Bills, a mobile quarterback. How did they do that? They didn't worry about James Cook. No, they worried about shutting out Josh Allen, not allowing him to be able to break out of the pocket, scramble, get runs, pressure him, make him throw bad throws. And they don't have a decent run game, but like somehow their offense figures out how to score points when it needs to. But the same thing against Kansas City, they just pressure the heck out of Patrick Mahomes, have him back there scrambling around, can't get his footing in, throw good passes. And we're seeing that same with the Dolphins, right? The Dolphins, like how our defense is performing right now is how it should have been performing all season long. We built it to pressure and deal with these mobile quarterbacks, to shut out these mobile quarterbacks, which makes the run way more valuable.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the down part with the way we have tried to orchestrate our, build our defense. We build it up to stop Josh Allen instead of trying to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were successful at it. We stopped him for sure.
But now we just look. We still that much further behind in the league because New England done came and surpassed us.
Yeah, but that's for another day. Tonight, the NFL continues to try and attract and bring in the young audience, the kids. You can tune into Disney Plus and watch the Eagles-Chargers game in Monsters, Inc. format. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have checked out any of those games before.
That's crazy.
They did Toy Story a couple years ago with the Jags and the Falcons. They did I don't remember who they did last year, But they've been doing it for the last couple years.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob. That's who they did last year. They did SpongeBob last year. They're
Yeah, because I remember seeing Larry the Lobster out there. Like, what the hell?
It's pretty. They did
That's
Simpsons.
crazy.
They did Simpsons one year. It's pretty cool. Especially if you got a young kid, you're trying to get them into football. It's definitely an easy way to get them to watch the game with you for sure. Because it's pretty much all animated. You get to watch the football game as it's going on, but they have animation overlays. So tonight it's going to be Monsters Inc. themed. So I imagine it's going to be pretty funny. It's going to be lit. So I definitely suggest you guys tune into Disney Plus and check out the Eagles and the Chargers. And this game is going to be pretty good. It should be pretty good for a primetime game. Both of these teams are fighting for top spots in their respective conferences and divisions. The Chargers sitting at 7-5. Hold on, I lost it.
They're both at 8-4.
8-4. Okay, so they're both at 8-4. Tell me y'all's thoughts on the game tonight, and give me y'all's predictions for tonight with points. Waffles, I'll let you go
If
first.
the Eagles funnel through Barkley, they will win this game. If they rely on Hurts to throw it, Chargers are going to take it. That's my thoughts.
Okay, so give me your, hold on, Ken. Give me your
okay.
Give me your winner and your score prediction. You need a minute?
Eagles 24-18.
24-18, so a close game. All right, what you got, Kenna?
Yeah, I mean, if the Eagles can keep this a low-scoring game, well, I can't even say that. I'm just gonna put it like this then. Yeah, if they could stay with Barkley and do that play action what they got with, yeah, I'm going with the Eagles on this. And I'll probably up the score. I'll probably say 31-17 Eagles.
Okay. I'm with you guys. I want the Eagles to win this one. Just being a Dolphin fan, we need the Eagles to win over the Chargers. And an NFC win for us has no effect. So I want the Eagles to win. I unfortunately don't think it's going to happen. Armarion Hampton is coming back tonight. The Chargers got a good defensive line. They know how to bring pressure. They can definitely stop the run. So if they funnel too much with Saquon Barkley, they could find themselves falling behind. The one advantage that the Eagles do have is that Justin Herbert is dealing with a left hand injury. It's not his throwing hand, but he did have surgery on his left hand this week, which could affect his ball handling a little bit as far as like receiving snaps, especially like when he's in shotgun and stuff. It could affect, so you could end up seeing like a bad snap at one point during the game. So the Eagles defense needs to be prepared for that, and they need to be ready to take advantage and possibly create turnovers, because that's how the Eagles are going to win this game. Is they're going to have to win the turnover differential. They're going to have to win the turnover battle. They're going to have to be that team that doesn't turn the ball over, because they are the best team at not turning the ball over. And they're going to have to continue to be that team, but they're going to have to force turnovers, and that's how they're going to have to win this game. And if they do, and if they can do that, it will be 27-24 Philadelphia Eagles. That's my score prediction.
Well, for a close one, too. Okay.
Yeah. Go Eagles! Fly, Eagles, fly. And I know if Bruce was watching us, he'd be throwing out a prediction something like 37-0. No, I'm just kidding. He's a pretty reasonable Eagles fan for sure. He's pretty knowledgeable. I haven't spoke to him lately. We got to get him back on here so we can interview him, especially if they make it into the playoffs. Because we had a pretty good interview with him last year. I don't know if you remember or not, Waffles, but he nailed pretty much everything that happened in the Super Bowl, almost to a T. So we got to get him back on the show at some point too. Any last words, ladies and gentlemen?
Don't forget the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. Donate, get this man running, make him sweat. I want to see it. We hit that first 500, and he's got to do a mile every time. I think we're somewhere around 350, so we could just boost, get this man running. I get something to smile about, and he gets to work up a sweat.
Yeah, we're about $125 away from our first $500, so go ahead, hit that QR code, make a donation. There's no donation too big or too small to make a difference when we're all trying to battle cancer. 100% of the donations go to cancer research, and it's all 100% tax deductible. So yeah, go hit that link. Make a difference if you can, and if you can't, no sweat. Don't worry about it. We also got that giveaway going on, ladies and gentlemen. 500 subscribers. 500 subscribers. We're close to that as well, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can hit it by the end of the year. I have a special gift if we can hit the 500 by the end of the year. Not only will that person get a Mike Gesicki autographed photo, I will personally give them a $50 gift card to Charlie's Choice Collectibles as well. If we can if we can hit that $500 or 500 mark by the end of the year, you'll not only get that signed photo, but you'll also get $50 to spend on Charlie's Choice Collectibles. And where can they find Charlie's Choice Collectibles?
You can find it on Mercari. The link's in the description below as well. And you can just hop on there at any time and get your Christmas shopping done without leaving your couch. Gotta love that. And also, don't forget to hit up the Only Real YouTube page and like and subscribe for his action that he's going to be posting up in the next upcoming weeks.
Yeah, let's get him up. We need to get him to 50 subscribers so that he can start going live as well. Hopefully he'll join on with us more often and shoot the shit. I enjoy talking football. It's been fun, guys.
Absolutely, and thank you again for joining us for this.
No problem. Most definitely, I always have a good time when I'm shooting the shit with y'all, fellas.
All right, it's been a fun week, ladies and gentlemen. This has been your AFC Eastieeboys, and this has been Endzone to Endzone. Hopefully, we have another good week of football to talk about. We have some more upsetting news from the NFL, right? It's upside down. It's still upside down right now. All the teams that were supposed to be winning are losing, and all the teams that were supposed to be losing are winning. Man, it's been.
And don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified of all of our upcoming videos, because we're going to be posting our Week 15 picks later on this week, hopefully before Thursday night. But if we can't get it in before Thursday, don't forget, Saturday we posting some stuff. Got to get them Sunday picks in.
All right, everybody. Peace out. Have a great day. Much love. Fins up for life.
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. He's a Jets fan. He's the Jets fan. Go ahead and tell him your little Jets chant then.
This is a flower for the end of my season.
All right. Peace out, everybody.